What is he doing? Hey! Hey! We gotta film!
Oh.
Where are you going?
Paris! Hi everybody, welcome back to Hit or Miss Hallmark Movie Reviews.
We're back. Sorry we've been away from YouTube for a few weeks. We've just been busy with a few other projects and responsibilities. I dug up like half the backyard and built an 8-foot tomato trellis and some other structures to house the almost 200 plants we planted.
Amazing.
And now we wait.
Yeah, we took a little bit of a spring break.
Live life to the fullest. Spring break forever.
We really wanted to go back to the drawing board and do something a bit more creative with the channel. So we may be here a little more sporadically until we decide what direction we want to go into. You know, we've always wanted to do watch-alongs. That's an idea. We've mentioned that before. Maybe have some real-time reactions to the movies, incorporate some filmmaking aspects into the videos, which always takes like a lot longer to do, which is why we just don't do it, I guess. So that might be something that we will explore with the channel. We're not sure yet.
Yeah, either way,
Playing around.
thanks for your patience. We just wanted to get back to a review that we knew would be very good to us.
Yes, and something we were excited to review because, for obvious reasons, I think.
Today we're diving into Hallmark's new programming, Passport to Love, which is 4 movies all centered around different destinations.
Yeah, that's awesome. That sounds great. We love when Hallmark does destination movies. The locations are always beautiful.
Yeah, we already missed out on last week's with Andrew Walker.
We did, yeah.
But maybe we'll get back to that one.
Today we are reviewing
Savoring Paris. Ooh la la.
starring the one and only Bethany Joy Lenz. Have we mentioned how much we love her? She's no Bethany, that's
the
for
only
sure.
girl you ever met.
Bethany, I think she's so natural. She can convey so much with just a simple look. Her eyes, they tell a deeper truth to every character that she plays. She has a smile that literally beams across the room. There are only like a small handful of actresses that can make me well up, and she is at the top of that group. She is a gift to Hallmark. She is a gift. I love her.
I think you may have mentioned it, yeah.
Right, okay. This also stars Stanley who I actually know from Outlander,
Oh,
which I love. And he was actually born in Paris, so that's amazing.
well, fancy.
Lovely authenticity there.
Indeed. This movie was based on the book Fromage à Trois.
Fantastic title.
By Victoria Brownlee.
Yeah.
But the screenwriter here is Joy Botkin, no stranger to us. She has a slew of other Hallmark credits, including Branching Out, Never Been Kissed, and 3 Bed, 2 Bath, 1 Ghost. All great movies that we
The
love.
director here is Claire Niederprom. We've seen her a few times as well. Some other credits include An American in Austin, A Pinch of Portugal, and one of our faves, or one of my faves. You like it too, though, I think, yeah. Her pen pal, which is also in Paris, with another lady that we adore, Valerie Jensen. Love her. So, what's this one about?
Ella is unfulfilled in her life. When a promotion falls through at work, she decides to go on a journey of self-discovery and jets off to Paris. Ella eats copious amounts of cheese and embraces a new wardrobe. Thanks to her outgoing and fun roommate, Clotilde, Ella eventually meets Serge, a seemingly grumpy yet handsome fromagerie owner who pokes fun at Ella's American taste in cheese. While Ella continues to find herself, she meets Gaston, a charming food critic who encourages her to
have fun and be free.
Since finding herself is taking a little longer than expected, Ella decides to stay in Paris for 3 months and vows to eat every one of the 300 plus cheeses from Serge's shop, something that would take 89 days of 5 cheeses per day. Okay, let's see, that's 89 times 5 is 455. That's considerably more than the 300 plus mentioned, but okay. Times that by the average cost of cheese per 100 grams, which we'll say is about $6.50. 650 times 445 is $2,892.50 worth of cheese. Jesus!
Too much.
You'll never poop again.
To help her fund this cheese investment, she takes a part-time job in Serge's cheese shop. As she learns more about cheese, her and Serge grow close, and eventually he invites her to stay in Paris and take over the expansion of his cheese shop. That was also her idea. Ella's mom comes to visit her and tried to talk some sense into her and convince her to come back home. But Ella continues dating Gaston, but begins to have feelings for Serge.
Sacre bleu!
Serge tries to kiss Ella, but she backs away since she wants to end things with Gaston first. Serge feels rejected and walks away. Ella thinks that Gaston is in love with her, but that ends up being a misunderstanding.
I like you, not love you, but we can still be friends.
Burn. With things falling apart with Gaston and Serge, Ella decides she should go back home.
Oh.
However, after the successful opening of Serge's expansion, she realizes that she has a future in Paris and can build a new career. She admits to Serge that she wants to stay and live a life together in Paris, full of cheese. Wow.
Fantastic.
So what did we think?
You know, I'm a fan of what I like to call the Eat, Pray, Love storylines, you know, like the timeless tale of self-discovery.
Go find yourself.
Yeah, you know what? I'm a sucker for it. I don't care. I like it. Figuring out who you are, who you want to be, taking the risk to find yourself. I especially love it when the protagonist isn't in their 20s.
Yeah.
And while that's fine too, and that's just as entertaining and valid, it's more rare and refreshing, I think, to see someone like 30 plus embarking on this journey. So I really enjoyed this one. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, it was really refreshing, and you know, Bethany was the perfect choice for it. It's nice to see her character flip a bit and not be the confident woman who fixes everything in other people's lives and just has to go figure her own shit out.
I felt like I was on this journey with her. You know, she's testing out the waters, she's having fun, she's eating all the cheese, all the crepes and pastries, and not caring at all. You know, it seemed like a real, like an escape or like a fantasy. You know, like that's what you do when you're on vacation or when you go and try and find yourself and you go on a journey, right? And if you're single and you're trying to find yourself, you do flirt and you go out on dates and you have fun and you eat a lot and you take on a new persona in a way. Maybe not everyone, but I know a lot of people who do.
Someone who smells like cheese.
Anyway, I thought it was very real and relatable.
Yeah, I guess so.
I liked the sped up editing and the song choice at the end to show the expansion of the cheese shop over time, and that the two of them were still together, you know, hopping over to see each other, like, because they're right beside each other.
The fromage montage?
Yeah, I just thought it was a fun way to show, like, oh, everything works out in the end.
It always does.
I just love when characters realize that stepping out of your comfort zone is when real change happens in your life. I love movies like that. I love books like that. Big fan.
Yeah, I liked that her job was completely disposable for her, like for her chance at happiness, and they didn't really focus on it afterwards. She just quit and went for it,
yeah.
Which I thought was cool.
I mean, realistic, no, but wonderful fantasy, sure.
Yeah.
Which is what I liked about it, right?
Speaking of going for it, why don't we head to performances?
I thought both Bethany and Stanley were great. I believed and felt the chemistry and connection between them wholeheartedly.
Yeah, for sure. I didn't feel that with the other guy.
Not really, no. Because he was just kind of like...
I don't think you were supposed to.
Yeah. But Bethany is simply a dream. She's perfect. She never overacts. She comes across very naturally on screen. I feel as though she's very present in all of her scenes, in all of the movies, every movie I've seen her in. Mm-hmm. She also has a touch of self-deprecation without ever being like too harsh or too down on herself.
Yeah, she always kind of makes fun of herself.
Yeah, in a fun kind of like endearing way. You know, I loved seeing her grow as Ella and begin to embrace her strength, and she starts to love who she really is. I loved her. She is my standout here. But
Obviously.
I do want to give a shout out to Ben Wiggins, who plays Gaston.
Yeah.
I thought he was great. He was incredibly charming. He had that cool, suave French guy demeanor, even though he's part of this like love triangle between Ella and Stanley.
Yeah, he was just there to be an obstacle, but
yes, but he never
made
comes
sense.
across as too sleazy to me.
No,
I don't know.
I don't think he was supposed
or like
to.
a bad guy,
he was just
you know?
supposed to. Yeah, he was just supposed to stand for something else.
And in spite of the love triangle, whether you thought it was necessary or not, I know some people online were saying, oh, I don't think it was very necessary. I thought the dynamics felt very much like adult relationships.
Yeah.
You know, I liked that he was the one that actually encouraged her to be more daring and spontaneous. Maybe that's why she needed to meet him. Maybe that was his purpose in her life. That's how I saw that.
Fair.
Yeah.
I actually really enjoyed Stanley from start to finish.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he had an appropriate like Parisian chip on his shoulder in the beginning that kind of like blossomed.
The grumpy cheese owner.
Yeah, it made sense. But it blossomed into like a pretty believable character arc for him.
Mm-hmm.
But I will also have to give this one to Bethany. I mean,
Yeah.
She had like a different sort of spunk in this film, and it was just great to see her again, period. And I hope we see her again for Christmas.
I hope
3
so,
times in less than a year, that'd be
I hope
great.
so too. She seems to be a bit more selective nowadays. I could be wrong, but that's okay. They seem to give her stories that stand out a bit more, I think.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, let's head on to Hit Picky, Nit Picky.
Well, right off the bat, the hit for me was the wardrobe. I thought it was absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, it definitely was.
When Bethany was coming into her own in Paris, she had this kind of sartorial evolution.
Oh.
You know, she looked beautiful. The dresses, the pants, the accessories, the shoes. No shoe blunders here. Usually they always kind of like, you know, don't pay as much attention to the shoes.
You're just always looking down.
I'm looking at, I like shoes, so I do notice them.
Oh my
They
God,
all looked
shoes.
great. She looked wonderful.
I mean,
I loved the wardrobe.
I agree. I think I gave her like a damn. Like, at least like 3 separate outfit reveals. So.
Yeah. Okay, and knit. This was my knit more so than your knit. The format and the use of the subtitles, both in presentation and the purpose. The purpose, obviously, was to translate some of the words. But there were instances where they also communicated Ella's thoughts, like her internal monologue and like what she's really thinking about a situation or someone, you know?
Yeah.
But, you know, did we really need a translation for cheers, like when they cheersed? I thought that was unnecessary.
I just feel like they were going for all of it, but you know, I have a beef with it too.
I think, you know, us as an audience can figure that out. You know, also, did they need to be on screen as pink text bubbles? I'm not sure I understand the purpose of that. I think it was just a bit distracting and just took me out of the scene a little bit. Like, what was the purpose of having them look like that? Even if they weren't text, like maybe in the beginning, I think they were texts from her co-worker and her boss, but then eventually they become thought bubbles and then, you know, subtitles.
No, I mean, they were always kind of translation bubbles, and then they just sort of they.
But in the beginning,
sort of
they were actual
switched it.
text.
No, what?
They were actual texts.
No, I know. They were using it for multi. Like, I get why they would do something like that because this is a TikTok generation. People want it on the
guess so.
screen, right?
I just thought it was a bit
makes
distracting.
Sense. And I did like how they were using it, and I thought it was like a fun way to show just words or phrases translated instead of having to rely on like a sketchy subtitle format that wouldn't work very well for that. Usually they just kind of gloss over that, and you don't get any translation in those parts. A lot of people aren't watching with subtitles, so it makes sense to incorporate it into the movie if you're doing it very minimally. They weren't doing it minimally. My actual,
wasn't minimal.
My actual,
It was
well,
a
no, but
lot.
my actual beef is they didn't do it enough. It wasn't consistent. Like when it started displaying her thoughts and feelings, it kind of went off the rails.
Yeah.
And then they just eventually outright abandoned
Yeah, they
the whole
stopped
thing.
doing
They
it,
didn't
yeah.
do
I
anything at
noticed
the end of
that
the
too.
movie. So like I have more of a beef with that. If they actually made it work.
They weren't consistent with it. I think I have more of an issue with the style. The style of it, pink.
Well, I mean,
text
if they change the colors for her internal thoughts or the shape, even like something like that
Maybe.
can work, and it's eventually going to have to work because people don't have the attention spans they used to.
Okay, well, it's a small knit regardless.
No, I know.
Small.
It's a knit and a hit. Like I liked where they.
You
were,
liked them.
I liked where they were trying
I
to go with it,
didn't.
but they didn't execute it.
Yeah, I don't think they
Yeah.
executed it well. I needed more of a purpose. You don't have any more, right?
I don't have any more.
Okay, cool.
That's it. Well, let's head to the Hallmark report card.
Let's do it.
Promotion or deadline?
Yes, she lost the promotion,
Yeah, I guess so.
right? Yeah. A career-driven lead. I would say yes. What do you think?
Well, yeah, the guy, Serge.
She becomes
at least.
a career-driven lead in
No,
Paris,
she's
no?
a passion-driven lead. It's not.
Okay, fine.
It's not
It's
It's
understand.
kind of an anti-career movie, but she ends up getting into like. the
Okay,
thing
I
with
understand.
him.
So no, we'll say no there.
Big misunderstanding.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Her and Gaston. That was a big
Gaston.
one. That was an embarrassing.
No one f***s like Gaston. They don't say it like that.
No. A change of heart. Yes.
Ah ouais.
Definitely.
Someone gets dumped, fired, dies, quits.
Yes, she quits her job.
Yeah.
She
Dies.
she dumps Gaston.
No,
or he kind of, I don't
they
know.
were never a thing.
No,
really.
she misinterpreted
I mean, that was such a long time. Like, do you really think they were gonna be dating for that long? Like, come on.
Oh my goodness.
But there's got to be some sort of reality to that. It's like if she was there for freaking 3 months dating
I
him.
appreciated that. I saw some real flirting on screen, which was kind of fun to see, right?
But with that in
And
tow,
early.
it's like they would have made it. They would have made it 4 dates maximum before.
Yeah. No, I like, and it happened like early on. You
Yeah.
don't really see that in Hallmark, but that was fun. Second romance subplot.
Ah, way.
Yes.
Who was?
Well, I mean, Gaston with the waitress, Adele.
Oh yeah.
A little bit.
The girl that kept forgetting her name.
Oh my God.
Proposal or wedding?
No. Travel issues.
No.
No.
Selling a house, business, or farm?
No one's selling. They're expanding. Big city, small town, transition. No.
No. The almost kiss.
Yes, with Serge.
Oh yeah, she blocks his.
But she actually kisses Gaston before that,
Yeah.
right? So.
Yeah, but it's
But
still an almost.
she does have an almost kiss with Serge, yes. The mad dash. Yes, she does. She goes back to the
Yeah,
restaurant.
Bethany mad dash.
She
I love
misses
it.
her plane home. Love it.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
And you got this.
I don't remember hearing that.
There was no you got this.
No. Okay.
Not the first thing. So Daniela, did Savoring Paris hit or miss the Hallmark for you?
This was a hit for me. I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I liked it a lot.
And it was also a hit for me.
Nice. Yeah.
But let us know what you thought. Did it hit or miss the Hallmark for you?
Yes, let us know in the comments below. And thank you again for your patience, guys, while we try and figure out the channel, possible new direction. We may not hit every single review.
Yeah, I think that is kind of.
But we'll try. We'll be watching the movies for sure. And if it really, if we're really loving it, we may just make the time to do the review for it. And it may just be the same format. Although we really want to change the format. I don't know.
We're trying here.
We're trying. We want to do something interesting and fun and incorporate filmmaking.
But we've been busy trying to get everything together.
Yes, but we're still here, and we appreciate your patience and your support and your views and your time and everything.
And we will see you soon. And please don't forget to like and share and subscribe if you haven't already.
Yes, and we'll see you